Hello my fiery friends, welcome to another fiery fun stream. I'm your host the Infernoman here, and hopefully you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at. So, we of course are continuing our deep dive into the Final Fantasy set because there are again so many cards to talk about in this set. I'm honestly kind of a little overwhelmed with trying to figure out like how to build as many decks as possible. At the same time, Wizards of course just previewed for us yesterday, if you haven't seen it from their from all over socials, the Edge of Eternity set actually looks really exciting for me. I mean, definitely I want to talk about that at some point, but again, we'll hold off on that because today we're actually going to be jumping into Standard with this deck. What exactly are we going to be playing today? Well, in order to explain that, let's actually just jump into it right now and kind of show you what exactly am I talking about here. All right, where are we at there? Oh, there we are. Nice. Okay, so this is going to be, of course, us playing again in Standard for a little bit here. I know some people are not really fond of Standard right now, but I just wanted to play a little bit of it just before we kind of go back into the Eternal formats. So the deck today we're going to be playing is going to be one that definitely is in my wheelhouse. This is something that I was super excited to see. Once I saw enough cards, I was like, wait, can we actually do this? Can we put together another pinger / burn deck in Standard? And the answer is yes, we can. So join me today in the Standard format for a deck that I'm simply calling Wizard Burn. So those of you, of course, who are a little bit newer to this, whether you're watching again live or if you're watching on the replay right now, this is again how we're going to break it down. We're first going to go over, of course, the entire deck, the stats of the deck, every single card and what they are all functioning, our basic strategy for the deck as much as possible. We'll play as many matches as possible in best of 1 and even some best of 3 on a budget here for the first half of the stream. Once we get about halfway through the stream, we'll then upgrade the deck to see how well we can really do if we actually want to go out and invest a lot more rares and mythics in the deck. But as always, before we get started, if you do like any of the budget content that we do, please like, follow, and subscribe wherever you're watching the content. You can support me monthly by giving a small amount over on the Patreon. It's only going to be, I think, $3 a month if you want to see, again, all these videos and exclusive stuff on there. I'm going to try to throw up, again, more unique stuff as time goes on. We'll try to do also some other games exclusive for members only. But until then, if you also want to support us and maybe you actually don't want to spend any money, not a problem. You can also join our Discord. All those links and details will be in this video once the VOD is done for today. So in other words, once we are done with the stream, I'll make sure to upload all those details into whichever way you're watching, whether you're watching across X, Instagram, Twitch, or YouTube, it will all be there for you. Okay, so enough of me shilling. Let's go ahead, let's talk about this deck and show you what exactly how this all works. So if you of course are a long-time viewer of the channel and you know how it all goes, then of course we have to talk about the stats of the deck before we dive right in. All right, Sneaky Toilet over on YouTube there. Yo, 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 yo. How are we doing today? Thanks again for joining us today. You're just in time for me to explain how this is all going to go down for now. So our Wizard Burn deck is going to be Rakdos colors, definitely my style of deck. It's going to be, of course, going to be a average mana curve of about 2.3. We're going to be rocking only actual 8 creatures in the deck, although that's a little misleading. We'll be able to make some tokens, but I'll explain that in a bit. We'll be rocking 14 instants, 10 sorceries, 4 artifacts, and 24 lands. So, as I just mentioned earlier, this deck is trying to focus on the black mages that are in the Final Fantasy series, and we're going to try to utilize them to make as many spell-slinging options to ping, 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 and hopefully just beat our opponent down with our cute little burn spells. So, we will start, of course, in the 1-drop slot with our removal. So, we have cut down one of the best actual removal spells currently in Standard. So, again, this should get rid of most of the early game threats for us, and even some mid-game threats depending on wherever we go. Burst Lightning is actually pretty solid here. It's our premier burn spell for us. We can actually use it either to take out a creature, but ideally, we want to hit this to face. We can also kick it later on in the late game if we have a ton of mana open. We can do 4 damage instead of 2 mana, but again, it really depends on where we are at in the match. Now, of course, the real fun begins in the 2-drop slot here. So we have Black Mage's Rod here. So this is a new artifact equipment with job select. So the equipped creature you will put this on gets +1/+0 and says whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this creature deals 1 damage to each opponent and is also a wizard in addition to its other types. You have to, of course, equip it for 3. So this is actually going to be one of our solid spells here that, of course, helps us start getting the whole pinging process going. We have a ton of spell slinging in the deck, so this should easily be able to just get us down with what we need. Even if the hero token ends up dying, we can, of course, re-equip it to something else, and we can still double up our pings one way or the other. Actually, one of our actual main creatures in the deck, Coruscation Mage. Wait, did I say that right? I don't know. Either way, this is an Otter Wizard with the Offspring mechanic, where it says, whenever we cast a non-creature spell, this creature deals 1 damage to each opponent. And we can also, for the Offspring, we can pay an extra 2 mana, so then you can cast it for 4, and then actually get an extra copy of it. So this can help, of course, get our whole ping thing going on here. Great, of course, because it's a wizard also, so it perfectly works with the game plan. We'll have 2 copies of Opera Love Song here, also from Final Fantasy here. This is an instant that reads, we can exile the top 2 cards of our library, and we may play those cards until the end of our next end step. And also, you can pick instead 1 or 2 target creatures each +2/+0 until end of turn. So it can either be kind of like a temporary pump spell if we needed just to finish off our opponent at instant speed, or maybe at the end of an opponent's end step, we then just exile 2 extra cards to kind of help us again, just kind of dig through our deck to get more answers out. In the final part of the 2-drop slot here, we'll have Playful Shove here, probably a card that nobody really remembers unless you play maybe like Limited, but it's a sorcery, so it is a little slow, but it still works with our deck here. It deals 1 damage to any target, and then we simply draw a card. Perfect for our deck because although it doesn't seem like it's really that good because it's slow and also just does 1 damage, with all the pingers we have, this will definitely add up and helps us to keep drawing into more action for our deck. As far as the 3-drop slot is concerned, we will have one of our other premier removal spells here, Cornered by Black Mages. So 3 mana sorcery that reads, target opponent sacrifices a creature of their choice. This is kind of a little awkward because they can probably just get rid of their token, but it still can be great in matches where you have where you're facing off against opponents that have maybe like only 1 or 2 creatures. So it works out pretty well in that sense. Once that's done, you get to create a 0/1 Black Wizard creature token that reads, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this token will deal 1 damage to each opponent. So this is actually great for us as we get into the game because it's also removal and also helps us, of course, up our wizard count. We have Flick a Coin here. Again, I like the spell, but I know some people think it's pretty weak, but it actually works really well in our deck today. So Flick a Coin here, 3 mana, instant speed, 1 damage to any target, create a treasure token, and we get to draw a card. So again, it just works with our game plan. Create that pseudo ramp for a little bit with a treasure token, helps us dig through our deck to keep making sure we just don't run out of action and just ping away. The 1 ping, of course, just helps us again trigger off all that our other black mages here to keep pinging away as much as possible. In the 4-drop slot here is going to be our main finishers for the deck. So Circle of Power here, it is a very slow sorcery, but it's actually great for our deck. So you draw 2 cards and you'll lose 2 life. However, you get to create a 0/1 Black Wizard creature token that reads, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, does again 1 damage to each opponent. However, the real part is going to be here. It actually is a pseudo pump spell and also a life stabilization piece. So in other words, wizards we control will get +1/+0 and gain lifelink until end of turn. So maybe you can get in a quick little swing, gain some life back, and remember that lifelink will also work whenever our wizards will ping off. So that's actually really sweet for our deck. So you lose 2 life initially, but you gain it back pretty quickly if you can spell sling just even a couple of quick hits here and there. So great for us. As far as the main finishers for our deck here, we'll have Black Waltz number 3. Actually, this is a really cool card. I might actually put this into one of my other decks in the future. But Black Waltz 3, it's mostly just going to be like a gutter snipe, but a little bit more expensive. But it works for our deck and it's great for standard. So 4 mana, 2/2 legendary wizard that says it's flying and has death touch. So it's actually pretty good as an evasive creature. And it says whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Black Waltz number 3 will deal 2 damage to each opponent. So that's actually great for us. Again, just pings away with our opponent here. But the real finisher for our deck is going to be Kuja Genome Sorcerer. This is actually a really sweet card, and I actually might want to build into this in the future. Maybe like for a future budget commander deck. But anyway, Kuja here, Genome Soldier, 4 mana, 3/4, Human Mutant Wizard. That's actually a cool combo, by the way. That reads, at the beginning of your end step, create a tapped 0/1 Black Wizard creature token. And of course, it can do the spell slinging stuff like our other wizards do. And then it says, if we control 4 or more wizards, transform Kuja into Trance Kuja Fate Defined, where it becomes a legendary avatar wizard. And it has Flare Star ability, where it reads, if a wizard we control will deal damage to a permanent or a player, it deals double that damage instead. So hopefully can just kind of quickly close out the game real quick once it flips, and then you can spell sling a little bit more, and then you should be able to close out the game no problem. So great for us overall. And then as far as the land base is concerned here, it's going to be a bit of a hodgepodge, but because our actual main deck, if you haven't already noticed, we're actually very budget today. Like again, like 2 rares here. And then what is it now? I mean, we actually don't really have any other rares in the deck. Like if we were to go all basics, you actually could get this down to literally like 2 to 4 rares, and that's actually pretty solid for us. So because our budget can afford to be so cheap with the main cards here, we can actually splurge a little bit on the lands, and that's what we decided to do. We wanted to add in Mygar City of Mako here. Great for us. It is a town land, so it enters tapped, but however, its sorcery side can then make us sacrifice an artifact or creature and help us draw 2 cards. So again, situational, but it does provide for us technically an extra spell for the deck. 5 swamps, 5 mountains. We'll add in a single copy also of Lidblum Industrial Regency, so also great for us because its instant side allows us to create another wizard creature token, so a little expensive, but again, it just helps up our wizard count. And because we can afford a couple of extra rare lands, because we maintain such a cheap budget for the deck, we can afford to put in some Blackleaf Cliffs. We can also then make the rest of our package just pretty consistent. This may look a little weird, but Razor Trap Gorge is actually good for the deck because we're paying so much that we should have no problem getting our opponent down to 13 or less life. So this will usually become a dual land easily for the deck. And then finally, one other pinger here is going to be Jagged Barrens here. As a desert, yes, it comes into play tapped, but however, you can ping your opponent for 1. Don't underestimate that ping, though. It does help out with the game plan. Now, if you want to take this into these best of 3 sideboard options here, as always, it's going to be Duress here, stops again combo decks and control decks in the early part of the game to take away the key pieces they need. Slow Guy Lantern will be good for us for, again, as always, your catch-all Graveyard Hate. Tectonic Hazard here, actually pretty good for the deck here, deals 1 damage to each opponent and each creature, so sweeps away most of the cheap all the cheap tokens that are running around in standard right now, and also pings your opponent for 1 extra damage, so of course it helps us out there. Upgrades, of course, for Artifact Hate, and also can deal damage to a creature if we needed to. Withering Torment's going to be for Enchantment Hate and also creatures. And then finally, to wrap it up here, if we do need to go super duper big into the longer part of the game, this is actually a card I love too. Ob Nixilis, Captive Kingpin. We played with him last year, but he actually works really well with the deck. Even though he is not a wizard, his ability is actually pretty sweet. So for those that have forgotten, it's a flying trampled demon that's a 4/3 that reads, whenever 1 or more opponents lose exactly 1 life, put a +1/+1 counter on Ob Nixilis, and then exile the top card of our library, and then we can play that card until our next end step. So actually really good for us if we just need maybe like one of our flyers. So if we say like maybe we get rid of like Black Waltz 3 for just a moment there, we can then add an Ob Nixilis to then just ping out our opponent a ton, make this demon go really, really big, and then you can just swing in the air with a massive, massive beater. So that could be an extra option for us if we just need to switch out game plans. But otherwise, that's the whole deck for you, everybody. I'm honestly really excited for this one. This is definitely my style of gameplay here, so I'm really jazzed to see how well this does in standard. Even if it doesn't get a bunch of wins, I'll be happy if we can just ping our opponent to death. But otherwise, let's go ahead, let's get going here. Oh, jump over to standard ranked here. We'll start in best of 1 as always, and we'll see how well the deck does. Good morning, Dense Planet. Or actually, I should say right now, good afternoon. I don't know why I was thinking it's still morning, but yes. Thanks again for arriving, Dense Planet. Sneaky Toilet. I already like the look of this deck. I can't wait for this deck list. Well, don't worry. It as you were able to see right there, if you can't copy it, everybody, we will, of course, hit a copy with a link, so you can, of course, enjoy that at the end of the stream. So let's go ahead, let's get this started, everybody. I'm feeling it.
It's time.
I'm feeling it. This is going to be a good one. All right, so let's see here. So a lot of tap lands, but that's perfectly fine. We can slowly start picking away because we already got the Mage, Playful Shove, and Flick a Coin. All right, so opponent is playing no games with us, though. They're definitely going to start doing it with Storm Chaser's talent. Not a problem. We should be fine with what we got. So in that case, let's see. Put in the Jagged Barrens first. Guaranteed ping. All right, opponents. What you got? Dense Planet. It's like 11 p.m. on my part. Oh, that's right. Again, you're like on the other side of the Atlantic. But I do appreciate you always being here late night for us. For me over here where I'm at currently, it is 1:23 in the afternoon. All right, opponent gets the first shot in. They take first blood. All right, Blackleaf Cliffs. And then, well, Playful Shove is tempting right now, but I think they might have a pump spell to keep that otter on the field. So let's actually just put down our Mage. Okay, opponent, what you got? If we have any removal, now would be the best time to get that removal. Hopefully we can get it, though. We want to just start pinging with our Wizards ASAP. All right, we got the Opt. Prowess doing its thing. Opponent. Okay, they opt. They got their next draw. What'd you get, opponent? Okay, another Verge land. Although they are kind of awkward. Burst Lightning. Dang. Okay, well, there goes one of our pingers. Annoying, but it's fine. We could still make this work. Okay, 15. Okay, Burst Lightning's not too shabby. So in that case, then, how do we want to do this here? I think... Okay, we'll just wait it out. We want to see... We can also instant speed out with Lindblum here, one of our wizards, so hopefully that should be fine. Opponent's not going super explosive yet. Okay, so in that case then... I think we might have to Burst Lightning now. This might be the turn to do it. Even if they pump it up, they only have 1 mana open, or even if they counterspell, perfect, okay. Because I was going to say, even if they had the counterspell open, that's fine. Because we could still pay the cost. Opponents? Stock Up is a really good card. I kind of regret not buying it in the early part when it was, like, worthless. And then here I am also sitting next to, like, a stack of cards that just came in my mail today. So I was hoping to start upgrading some of our other decks. Okay, in the meantime, Opera Love Song on their end step. Get 2 more cards out. Now, they're more lands. Okay. Where are our wizards at? We definitely need those wizards, like, today. Okay, how do we do this here? I guess flick a coin. While they have it down. Okay. Oh, okay, so we got 1 mage. I guess we'll just play it now. We came here to ping our opponent here, and I'm going to try my best to make sure we can get that going. Okay. It's all up to you, my little otter wizard. Hang in there just a little bit longer. Ooh. This is actually another card that I'm trying to build around at some point. So stay tuned, everybody. This is also another card that I'm looking forward to building, at least with our next deck tech past Tifa, which is coming out. I'm going to probably shoot for Tuesday because I'm a little behind schedule right now on some other things. There's actually a really solid card here. Astrologian's Planisphere. Pretty solid. It starts making a really, really big token as you keep spell slinging, which is actually pretty solid. Okay. Kuja. Okay. Well, that's pretty nice. Let's see, but can we take advantage of that, though? Okay, so I think I know how we do this here. We'll play the Gorge. We will Playful Shove. Ping our opponents. Draw another card. Okay. And then Burst Lightning to get off the field. Feels a little bleh to have to spend this much just to get rid of tokens, but we got to make sure our opponent does not go off. That's the game plan. And then we should be fine now to put in Kuja to start building up all of our wizards. Ooh, they have another one. Ugh, not good. That's okay. Our opponent does have to spend a lot of resources just to try to pump this all up. So hopefully we can get there. Look at coin. Ooh, okay. Well, that's not too shabby either. Let's see here. Jagged Barons. Ping our opponents. Let's see, we can make... Okay. Let's see. Alright. This is awkward no matter what I do. But I'm going to try. Okay. We came here to ping, so let's see if we can get Kuja down. Opponent only has 1 mana open, so I don't think they have a counter spell. Well, I mean, there's nothing you can actually counter with this, but we should be good. And there's no way they can burn it out right now. Let's see. I don't think they'll block. So that should be free damage, right? Oh, wait, I forgot. They actually have 2 Planispheres on it. Oh. Oh, dear. Well, that's my first misplay of the day. Pretend this didn't happen. Okay. Well, now I put myself in a bad spot here. Then Splendid. Okay, off topic, but I just watched Borderlands 4 story trailer just now. Looks very good. Really? Interesting. I have not caught up at all with Borderlands. Actually, I never even played the 3rd game. Oh, okay. Ugh, Vivi. Well, I knew at some point we were going to have to deal with Vivi at, like, give or take in standard. And here they go. Now they're going to start going off here, so this is going to be not good for us. But we'll talk about Vivi also. This is definitely a card we're, of course, going to have to build around at some point. But I'm going to try to find a way I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm going to see if I can try to still make Vivi on a budget, which most likely means we're going to have to play Vivi probably in Brawl in order to keep it as cheap as we can. But oh geez. Alright, opponent right now definitely has a massive advantage versus us, so I don't know if we're going to be able to pull this off, but we'll try. Meanwhile, our cute little deck here is just trying to survive as best as possible. Okay. And we will pass here. Okay, make a tapped wizard token. Dang, I kind of wish they were untapped, but I can understand why that'd be a little bit too broken. Corey Steelcutter coming in. No surprise. I have a feeling this is going to get banned in standard. And what is it, like, in the announcement on the 30th. So that means what? We're 2 weeks away now? We're 10 days out. I have a feeling, again, Corey Steelcutter's going to get cut from standard. This is going to get banned. Mark my words on that. I'm sure it's going to get banned. And our opponent has gone off here. Alright. Dang. Our opponent was the stronger Spellslinger deck today. It's a shame. That's okay, though. It's still the first game, everybody. No big deal. We could definitely rally back on the next couple games. Hopefully, of course, every game will not be a Spellslinger battle. Not sure what our opponent... Oh, okay. They're trying to do Storm Chaser's talent. All right. This is an incredibly powerful deck, though. I haven't seen what Final Fantasy has done to modify the rest of, you know, the current Is-It deck, but it looks like it's definitely morphed into something even more monstrous, if you will. So you can tell, hey, that's a new face for your flame. Oh, the Tiefs? Ugh. I don't bring it out too often here because you just be cringing whenever things like this happen where I'm losing. Really bad. But don't make that expression too often. Okay. You know what? I'm not even going to bother blocking because we're dead no matter what. Okay. I guess if I want to invest all of my rares into standard, what you saw right now is probably the premier deck right now in the format. Maybe I might do that off time when I don't feel like streaming like the best deck in the format. It's all good though. No big deal, everybody. We'll just jump back into it, shake that loss off, and then we'll try again with our deck. Dense Blended, also on topic for MTG. Is It Prowess is like 43% play rate. That's why I'll never stick into myself as a standard ever. Well, again, hold off on that, Dense Blended. Just got to wait for the bans. That's like 10 days away, so it's going to be 10 days of this. Don't get me wrong. I do love Is It decks. I do like spell slinging, and I do like aggro strategies. But right now in standard, yeah, I played it enough where I can see why it's good and why people like it. But after a certain point, if a deck like that gets a little too good, I kind of get bored of it. Not just because it's just, I enjoy the challenge of playing stuff with a bit of a slant, if you will. So in other words, like decks like this, my budget decks is where I have the most fun. Because that's the whole point of it. I like a challenge. If I didn't want to be challenged and I wanted to just play ranked all the time, I mean, yeah, I could, but it's kind of boring. Speaking of boring, it looks like we might be in for another good one here. All right, in the meantime, I guess we'll have to keep those tokens off the field. Oh boy. Well, I'm sorry, everybody. Hopefully this won't be yet another sluggish spell slinging fest, but we'll see what happens. But we do definitely have a lot of decks we're going to cover that will involve a lot of spell slinging. So definitely got a Kuja deck that I'm kind of trying to brew right now for Brawl. That's coming up. And we're definitely going to start trying to work our way into other decks. It's just I'm also running out of wild cards. Like I literally spent a ton just to get other decks built. Now I feel like I'm really poor because I really don't have enough ones. But maybe if we cannot do that, again, maybe I might do a draft or two just to kind of see if I can recuperate my losses. Also, going back to real quick, Dense Blended, since you were on top of Borderlands, what did you think of 3? Okay, opponent blew away our Otter there. That's okay. We got another one though. And actually, we can also play Black Waltz number 3. Ooh, Cornered by Mages will be nice for later on. So here's how we do this. Play it with the Offspring. Does this stick? Opponent's got 2 mana open. Come on, opponents. Will you let me have this? Nice. Okay, so we can have 2. We just need a little bit to go off here. Just some pinging should be good. First Lightning. Okay. We still have an Otter that has survived. Okay, opt. Looks like our opponent is stumbling a little bit on mana, so that hopefully gives us time. Storm Chaser's Talon again. Number 2. Okay, let's see here. I think this should be a good turn. Cornered by Black Mages. Ping our opponent for 1. Okay. They have to lose the Otter, so that's their only creature. So this is when this removal spell shines the best, is when they only have 1 creature out. So that's actually good for us. We swing here. Free damage. There we go, down to 18. We're coming for you, opponent. Little by little. Okay. Question while we're waiting things out here. How have your... For those that have now been at least for those of you who've collected a good amount on Arena, what are your favorite cards currently from the set? What cards have you been enjoying the most from Final Fantasy? Let me know. I'm still also waiting for, because I finally was able to get some packs online, so I'm hoping that those will come in soon, and then we can get back to doing booster pack opening videos. It's been a little while. I have a ton of booster packs that I could crack, but I actually really want to crack open the... Oh, I got the Burst Lightning. Okay, so I guess this is going to be the turn I'm just going to have to do this. Even if they counterspell it, we can still get the pings in, so this is nice. This is definitely what you want the deck to do. Ping, ping, ping. Cecil, you say? Cool. I haven't had a chance to play with Cecil myself. Okay. Alright, well, we managed to do a nice big swing there against our opponents. But do they have anything else? This town ain't big enough. Okay, oh wow, they bounced back both of their Storm Chaser talents. Alright. Opponent is trying to redeploy. Understandably so. Storm Chaser talent number 2. Okay. Anything else, opponent? Nothing. Okay. Well. Okay. Well, I guess Black Waltz number 3. Number 2. All right. So with that, no attacks. Pass the turn. Does our opponent play anything? Nope. Okay. But yeah, I haven't had a chance to try out Cecil yet. Actually, I don't even know if I have a copy yet, but I have to check my collection here. Opponent, they swing. All right. That's fine. No blocks. Okay, so this is going to be a pivotal turn for us here. I know our opponent's going to go off, as you can see. And it's tempting right now to use Burst Lightning to take away their creatures, but we are also at full life. So I think we should save these, hopefully just burn out our opponent here. If they use up all their mana, this will be then the best turn for us to finish off our opponent. At least I hope we can. Then Splendid, as if I was interested in Standard. Yeah, I can get it. You're kind of a little checked out right now. I mean, sorry. But at least we got it. I mean, for other viewers out there, I'm sure they'll appreciate at least a deck in this format. I mean, again, you know how it goes, Den Splendid. I try to play a variety. It's just that, again, it's a little bit of everything for everybody. Don't worry. We do have some Pioneer decks coming up. We do have some fun Brawl decks that are coming down the pipeline. So they're coming, everybody. But for now, I at least wanted to get 1 or 2 streams off with Standard. We'll probably do another Standard stream after the bannings, just to see how well that shakes up the format. Okay, but also on Borderlands 3, it's very mixed. There are things that I like and dislike, but it's basically good quality of life. Changes are amazing, but the main story was rather meh. DLC are good when it comes to the story. Okay, well, good to know. Because, yeah, I've played... Because I enjoyed the original, played through the second game and the pre-sequel. Pre-sequel I liked. 2 was kind of okay. I get the story, but it also kind of killed off some of my favorite characters. All right, opponent, what do you got? They're looking at Black Waltz 3. They're probably going to hit it. Most likely. Maybe. Opponents. This town ain't big enough. Okay. Well, that's fine. Annoying, but not the worst. Because we still ping our opponent here down to 5. Ooh, Opera Love Song. I think this might actually do it. I think this might do it right here. Okay, so Playful Shove. Did we do it? 4, 3, 2, and there you go, everybody. We Opera Love Song. Pump up our creatures. And that's game, opponents. Take that, Wizards. Rakdos Wizards. Our Black Mages get the victory against you. All right, we got a win. Nice, we beat the most powerful deck in the formats. I mean, yes, they played a little meh, but I'll take it. Hey, a win's a win against the best deck. I'll take it. Okay, so there you go, everybody. A little bit of pinging here and there, and you totally can get some wins here, so that's good. All right, let's continue getting the good times rolling here. Sneaky Chiller, I made a black-white life gain deck with Cecil in there. To be honest, I don't have many Final Fantasy cards in any decks. All right, good to know. That does remind me, though, we will have to, again, look at life gain again. Aerith alone, we have to do yet another life gain deck, everybody. I know. It seems like we're just kind of sometimes having to re-look at old decks. But again, some of them do get some really sweet upgrades, so I'm actually looking forward to that. It's just, again, so many mythics that I've had to use up. I'm actually all out of uncommons now, which is kind of awkward because there's one deck I do want to play for the next stream, but I literally need one uncommon in order to get there. We do need a way then to like rebuild as many wildcards as possible. So we might have to flip it to doing maybe a couple of drafts just to kind of make up the difference. But we'll see how that goes down the line. Okay, in the meantime here, Jagged Barons, ping our opponents, down to 19. That's about it. By the way, have you seen my Dimir deck list? I haven't had a chance to kind of play around with it yet, but I'll check it out when I can. Blackleaf Cliff, and then put the rod down. Job select into our hero that's a wizard. Alright, opponents. So it looks like our opponent's playing the... They're playing the Aura... And probably getting the Omniscient. This is probably the Omniscience deck, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it is. In the meantime, let us get out Coruscation Mage. No attacks yet. Okay, so if we can just get a critical mass of our stuff, I think we might be able to go off. Okay, opponent's got their life gain going. A lot of life gain. Oh, wait. Oh, maybe this is not the Omniscience deck. I thought it was. Looks like it might be a life gain deck. Interesting. Okay. Well, let's see what our opponent's going to try to do in a bit. So in the meantime, let us slowly go off here. We came here to ping. Let's get this going. Ping, ping, ping. Draw a card. Oh, okay. That's not too shabby either. Get the pings going still. 15, 14. All right. Nice. Okay, still no attacks, but that's okay. Little by little, we are getting there. Okay. All right. Opponent's got a full hand. We're so close right here. I think we might be able to go off if they tap out. Like pre-duo. But I also realize this is also one of the biggest weaknesses when it comes to our deck is we don't have too many options against life gain. So this might mean we might have to... Opponent is bringing it back. So, oh, jeez. Okay, we'll see if we can try to get around the life gain. I don't know if we can, but we will try as much as possible. Our opponent here, however, is not going to make this easy, but we will try. Okay, Black Mage's Rod again. But we are getting a critical mass of pingers, though, which is kind of nice. Okay, Razor Tap thankfully now comes into play untapped, so that's good for us. Let's see here. Well, I guess we'll just corner by Black Mage. Just force at least one card to go. We have so many pingers now. Down to 9. Sacrifice probably one of their weaker archaeologists. Okay. No attacks. I mean, opponent's going to have to answer all these pingers at some point. Even if they gain a ton of life, we can just start draining them so quick here. At least I hope we can. Ideally, what we need right now is a means to just... No. There it was. Oh. Looks like our opponent managed to get us here. Dang. We came close. Yeah, it's the Azorius card that mills for life gained. Yeah. At some point, though, we will try to get that going, too, as well. That is also yet part of the growing pile of decks that I need to do. The life gain mill deck is definitely something on my mind. But I'm trying to figure out, like, I don't know if I want to build that one for Standard after the bans. Or maybe we can try to make it for Pioneer. But it is coming. Okay, opponents. I'll just go off for a second here. While this is going on, other question I want to ask everybody is, for everyone that did see yesterday's stream, what are your first thoughts on Edge of Eternities? What do you think about the new type? So we're getting space, we're getting, what is it, it's not spaceships, it's spacecraft. What are your thoughts on that? Spacecrafts, but they're not vehicles. Is that, do you think they should have been vehicles? Is that too bloated? Let me know. Alright. We'll just let them do their drain. Well, looks like they ended up becoming the life gain and drain deck. Okay. They got us, unfortunately. It's okay, though. Not a big deal. We'll still be doing okay here. We just got to find another way to get around things. And again, we are playing, of course, a cute little budget deck, so it's only so much you can do, of course, in the formats. I will say, yes, it does look interesting. So based on what we've initially seen, first off, one of the biggest things is we are getting Shocklands back into Standard. So that means Shockland prices should be going down again. So this will be a great time if you do want to invest in actual paper dual lands. The Shocklands are going to be, of course, cheaper thanks to the reprinting from this set. I actually honestly thought this was going to be a tri-land set. I was wrong on that prediction. But that's okay, because again, I'm still looking forward to getting at least more Shocklands back for cheaper prices. And speaking of that, they did mention that it is technically now going to be a landfall deck. So kind of think, I guess, like a Zendikar, where we're going to get that. That'll be interesting. So that most likely means that we will then start doing some more land-based shenanigans in the future. But I, of course, am super excited to see Spacecraft. So it'll be interesting to see how we can find a way to finagle that into what we built in the past regarding maybe some, I don't know, maybe we could put together a vehicle/spacecraft deck? Kind of? We'll see. Okay, opponent is going to be playing with poison. So, we're going to have to stop him quick here. Alright, we'll play the swamp and pass. Alright, opponent, what do you got? If they play another creature, okay, Skull Dweller. Anything else? Okay, cut that down too. The only awkward part about this, unfortunately, is... yeah, we need a pinger. Getting one pinger out would help us out here to just speed up this game plan. Opponent? Oh, they have a Tyvar stamp. Wow, they kept it protected. Interesting. But okay, that is a choice. And we'll pass here. So opponent will start getting a little bit of poison against us. Unfortunately. But we can still make it work. Okay. Finn the Fangbearer. Coming on in. So that means their clock is going to be sped up a lot here. Alright, so we're at 4. We will Opera Love Song. Exile 2 cards. Okay. Let's see here. How do we want to do this? Well, flick a coin. Right? We'll get a treasure. And, well, we can't really do anything else, so I just want to wait it out. Okay, so we literally need to get rid of that Finn the Fangbearer, or I should say Vayne, ASAP. That needs to go quick. Otherwise, we will lose on the next turn. But fortunately, our opponent here did manage to tap out, so that gives us an edge here. Meantime, let's see. Swamp down. All right, cornered by Black Mages. They have to now lose their creature. And also, we get a token. Nice. Cool. All right, let's continue on. Okay, so... okay, Venerated Raw Priest again. Okay. Sneaky Toilet. I don't like vehicles. Hope it can give me artifacts for my Simulacrum Ugin deck. Well, I mean, you're definitely going to see a lot of artifacts. I mean, this is a space set. I'm pretty sure we have to start seeing some stuff like that. Hold on one second, everybody. Hold on. Do a little pinging here. Our opponent. Okay. Draw a card. Make a treasure. Burst Lightning. Okay, that might help us out too a bit. So here's how we do this. First off, Circle of Power. Make a ping against our opponent here. Draw some stuff. Nice. Okay, so how do we do this here? We will first off Burst Lightning. Venerated Raw Priest. Get some life back. I mean, it's going to be annoying to get those poison, but that's okay. Okay, threat down. And second threat down. There we go. Much better. You get rewarded about? Well, thank you for that, Dense Linnet. I was trying to take care of that, but also I was trying to not lose my train of thought there. Okay, well, there we go. Alright, so they're down to 10, so this is good. We're closing in. Glissa is not what we want to see, but we can see if we can try to get around her quick. So in the meantime... alright. Let's get our otters going. We have a ton of mana, so we might as well just blow it up now. Or I should say we should just burn all that mana, if you will. And then, you know what? Let's do it. Let's just go critical mass with all of our wizards. It's what we came here for. Okay, if our opponent gets that ley line axe on there, that'll close out things quick. But if we can just get 1 or 2 burn spells, any 1 or 2 burn spells right now should be able to help us out here a ton. If our opponent does swing, though, that... Okay, so they are going to swing. Okay. All right. So definitely don't want to block here. But that does mean they'll get 2 free triggers off of Glissa, which is not ideal either. Okay. And then also another question while we're waiting for our opponent to do their thing. What were your thoughts when you first saw, what is it, new Tezzeret? Tezzeret is now colorless, and he works very well across a lot of formats. Would you play him? I mean, obviously, we're going to have to play him. Because I also like the robot the creature type he supports. So that means we're definitely going to get a lot of robot support, which I definitely like. But we'll see. Will that be enough for us to get robots as a real legit deck now across formats? I do like my robot deck that I have that I kind of technically built for Pioneer. It's actually a lot of fun. So I'm hoping we'll get a lot of good robots and artifacts from the set. Meantime, opponents, anytime now, you are welcome to pass the turn. Infectious Bite. Okay. Ugh. Okay. Oh, man. No! Oh, if we just got at least 1 more burn spell here, we could have done it. And we fluttered out. Wow. Unbelievable. So even if I... Okay. Even if I block everything... Ugh, this is terrible, by the way. Okay. Well, we have to try to see if we can just get this going. Down to 4. All right. If Glissa can get 2 more poison... Oh, jeez. Okay. Yeah, that's game. Wow. Unbelievable. We flooded out. We just couldn't close out. Literally, we just needed 1 burn spell. And we could have just beat our opponent there. That was a heartbreaker. That's a shame. Dang. Okay, deck. Well, that was what I wanted, but it just was not in the cards, if you will. All right. Not a big deal. We have to trudge on. We have to keep pushing forward. So we'll do 1 more best of 1, and we'll try a best of 3 or 2. And then we'll go to the upgraded version to see how well that does. Okay. While we're loading up here, let's flip it a little bit, everybody. Question for everybody. How's been your week so far? And again, we don't always... I have to remind myself all the time, like, I know I'm always talking about the game, but you can just open up about whatever you want. Have you been playing anything else outside, like other games? How's your week been? Has it been a good week? Has it been a meh week? Let me know. In the meantime, all right, Forge down. All right, opponent, what do you got? Show me what you got. Ooh, Gorge 2 also. All right. Well, let's see. Blackleaf Cliff. All right, we'll wait it out. See what our opponent's trying to do. Also Cliff. Okay. Opponent is also trying to do their thing here. Huh. Okay, they're playing the Itali deck. Okay. We'll see if we can get around that. We have to be quick with our pingers, though. Alright. Likely Cliffs again. And... Okay, well, I guess Playful Shove's going to have to go in. Aim for 1, draw another card. Okay, so we have a critical mass of removal here. We just need to start hoping that our opponent will play maybe 1 creature at a time, and we can just keep blowing them up and adding more wizards to the package. Den Splinter. Preparing for a big exam on Thursday. Okay. How you feeling so far about that exam? Feeling good? Do you feel like you're not ready yet? Okay. In the meantime, let's see here. Swamp. And Black Mage's Rod. Okay, job select. Triggers. We make our token. Okay. Opponents. Nothing yet. Everyone's still got a full hand of cards. It's anyone's game right now. opponent. Getting tapped Fable Passage back. Swamp again. Anything else, opponents? Okay, so this way... A little awkward to do this, but we have no choice. I don't want them to start reanimating things. So we'll ping our opponent for 1 here, kill our own creature to fizzle the Virtue. Too bad, opponents. You're not getting that off today. No, no, no. Tapped? Okay, so in the meantime, let's see here. Well, Black Waltz number 3. Singular, but it's okay. Or maybe we should have put down the Mage instead. I don't know. That's what I did online tests. I'm doing fine. Wouldn't hurt to practice again, though. Okay. So they managed to get their virtual persistence off. That's okay. Well, I still hope you do well. I'm sure you'll be just fine. I believe in you. Bitter reunion. What I don't believe in right now is our opponent trying to get this reanimation combo off. But we will try to see if we can get around it. They are getting close to going off, though. Kuja. Okay. So, I think we'll put down our 2 otters. Okay, offspring. Like a little baby otter. Okay, so opponent's got 6 mana open. Do they play the Virtue? Or do they have more in store for us? Okay, thrice called. Still getting those lands. Opponents, what you got? Virtue again. Oh, jeez. Okay, and those are really slowing us down a lot. Life gain really hurts us a ton, but we will slowly get there. Let's see. I guess this is the turn for Kuja. We have nothing but singular spot removal, which will be great once they reanimate that Atali. I mean, I don't want them to reanimate it, but we are ready for it. If our opponent would just stop hitting us with the removal. Down 18. Okay, so let's see. Okay, they hard cast an Atali. So that means Trumpeted Carnosaur. Okay, there we go. Okay, they take our creatures, and they start now doing their thing. Dang. We tried. Alright. So opponent here now starts doing their thing. Wow, so many reanimation decks right now. And a lot of spell slinging. Okay. Okay, I'm not dealing with this. I'm sorry, everybody. I just don't want to deal with that. I already get what the deck is trying to do here, and we already know where it's going to go, so I'll just take my L now, because there's no way for us to finish off our opponent with our cute little plan here. Even if I have all that removal, it'll only just... It's not fast enough. So, it's okay. Not a big deal. We'll jump into a best of 3, and then we'll jump into the upgraded version maybe 1 or 2 matches later, depending on how long this takes. Okay. Breathing in. Not a big deal. We will try and see if we can get some better matchups here. All right. Let's do this. Let's get ourselves pumped. All right. We'll go first. Okay, so let's see. 2 lands here. Playful Shove, Black Waltz, Cut Downs. Okay, Circle of Power. Okay, so in that case, Jagged Barrens, ping our opponent. First Blood. Okay. Tap land, Undercity Sewers. So they will surveil. Okay, they throw away Go for the Throat. I guess that's a good thing to see. We will wait it out for a bit to see what they throw down. Okay, Verge land. So they are Grixis. Maybe they are a Kuja deck. Okay. Opponents, what you got? Okay, Starting Town. Really good land, though. I hope I can crack one of those up in the future. All right, still getting our land drops, so I guess that's good. And let's see. Do we do this now? Well, I guess I'll put out the first creature. See if we have to deal with anything. If Black Waltz does stick, though, that actually would be good for us. But we'll see. I doubt it's going to survive, though. Now if you're playing Grixis. That removal's got to be coming. Okay, opponents. Molten Collapse. So there it was. Alright, not a big deal. We can still draw some cards. We get one pinger. Ping for one there. Down to 16. Okay. So, one wizard, but we need a lot more. They cut down the wizard. Wow. Okay. Shieldred. We really could right now use our singular actual... Let's see, hold on. Let's see if we can get it. We need our singular actual... Wow, we can't get it. Okay. If this is the turn we needed our spot removal, now would be it. Because our opponent is going to start pulling ahead here. Restless Reef. Okay. Okay. They make us mill. Okay, nothing that would hurt us, but that's okay. Maybe we can get to our... Okay. Can we do this? So we could Burst Lightning and then Playful Shove. Okay. Down to one there. Ping him again. Does that trigger off? Yeah, it does. Okay. That's okay. Shieldred is down. Although that took quite a bit to do it. Down to 16. We're at 3, but we still lose. Alright. They turn on their Shark. Alright. So we're just going to have to focus now on game 2 here. We might have to... Let's see. How do we get around this? So it's like a Grixis mid-range. They're using Shieldred. Okay. I'm still not sure what it is. It looks like it's just mostly a mid-range pile. We'll probably bring in Withering Torments. So let's see here. Kuja... Well, Black Waltz didn't feel like it helped out too much there. It was just kind of slow. Maybe... Bring in the Withering Torments, that's for sure. Opera Love Song might still be helpful here. Is this the Ob Nixilis deck? The Ob Nixilis does exile cards for us, so that might actually be more helpful. Let's see. Oh, maybe we can try that. Okay. Let's give Ob Nixilis a try here. I'm not sure what else they're trying to do, but we'll try to see if we can make it work. Alright, round 2. Can our Wizards get a win for us here in this best of 3? We shall find out. Alright, play. Okay, so we did get our removal, but we're a little low on lands here. Let's hope we can draw into it. I want to hold this because I want to make sure we can actually get that... Keep that spot removal. Okay, Darkslick Shores, Cecil. Okay, so the good news is we are ready for Cecil. Cut down. Mygar. A little slow, but it is a tap land, so we'll take it. Better than nothing. Okay, Cecil again. Alright. It's fine, opponents. I guess we'll play our Mage. Okay, let's see. Does our opponent have an answer here? They swing. Do they have removal? Okay. Nothing yet. No blocks. Opponent does lose life. Cut down. Okay. Withering Torment. Okay, but we cannot use it yet. So I guess we'll just have to ping their face. Draw a card. Jagged Barrens. Ping again. Down to 16. Okay, so... Well, we now have enough lands to actually remove things if we need to. So if they have things like Shieldred, we should have a way to get around it. Down to 4 cards. Oil Deep Gearhulk. Wow. I actually have yet to actually play against the Gearhulks. So, unfortunately, our opponent does manage to get around our stuff here. Okay, they swing. Down to 16. They're down to 13. We get another land. So in that case, let's see here. How do we get around this? I think cornered by black mages. So they have to lose a creature. Opponents. Okay, so they do lose Cecil. The Gearhulk will put their life back up again. We can't block just yet. Ugh. Okay. Ugh. Here comes Kefka. Okay, so they really are playing Kefka, for sure. Okay. Discard a card. What do we discard, though? I guess we'll get rid of the rod. They draw 2. Okay, so in the meantime... Flick a coin. Ping. Draw a card. Okay, corner by black mages will be helpful later on, but we're not quite there yet. Ping again. Down to 13. Managed to get a swamp out of that. No attacks. So the only awkward part now is, again, the life gain from Oil Deep Gearhulk really kind of messes with us quite a bit here. Maybe I should have put into the upgraded deck an actual way to turn off the life gain. Okay. Alright, what do we get rid of? I guess it's going to be the Flick a Coin. They draw 2. Okay. Ugh. Ugh. That hurts. Cecil again. So this means that, yeah, corner by black mages does not go very well versus something like this. I mean, yes, I could still force them to get rid of their Cecil, but that's not enough. Dang. Okay. That's a shame. Wow. Okay, so 3 steps ahead, and that will be game. Dang. Okay, so we lose that. Okay, drop it down in rank again. Dang, I just cannot get out of platinum now. But to be fair, I always end up having to lose a lot because I play with a lot of these cheap decks. Let's try one more best of 3. And from there, we'll then upgrade the deck to see how well we can do. Okay. As we're approaching now the halfway point of the stream, once again, as a friendly reminder, everyone, if you do like saying budget content and seeing how janky I play, you know what to do. Give a like, follow, subscribe wherever you watch the content so you don't miss out on any of the gameplay, booster pack openings, live streams, deck decks, and so much more. Alright, so we will... Alright, this should be fine. We managed to get 1 win off, so I know we can definitely do it with this deck. Okay, Black Leaf Cliffs, let's get it started. Okay, also Black Leaf Cliffs. Alright, opponents. Duress. So that means that we'll probably lose our Black Mage Rod. Most likely. Opponent. Yep. Played Swamp. Play the Mage. Okay, little by little. We can build up to it. If they're playing Rakdos, though, that does mean they probably have removal just like us. Okay. Looming Marsh. Oh, they're playing Jund. Does that mean reanimation? Control? Mid-range? What could it be? Go for the throat. Alright, well, that sets us back a little bit, but not the worst. Playful Shove. Ping our opponents. Draw another card. Okay, so we got Opera Love Song coming up. We have Black Waltz number 3. Okay, Black Leaf Cliffs again. What exactly do you have, opponent? Duress again. Okay. Yeah, they're playing Boomer Jund, which at some point we technically can now fully rebuild in Timeless, which is actually ironic. Boomer Jund is something that I know we will try to get to at some point. It is on the list of things to do. I wasn't around during the full heyday of Boomer Jund, but I will say, though, it definitely looked like a fun deck back in the day. Extremely expensive when it was at its peak. Although now a lot of the cards are kind of like cheap. Unless if you try to modernize it. I know we technically try to modernize Jund, if you will. Okay, opponent still got more removal. Okay. Dark Confidants. Okay. Black Leaf Cliff. And we'll see. Opponent, what you got? Anything else? Questing Druid. Okay. Well. More lands. So, no damage to our opponents. Land of War Wastes. That's a lot of lands, by the way. Okay, cut that down. So Dark Confidant goes down. Who would have thought? Dark Confidant, one of the arguably best cards from Modern back in its heyday. Now, no longer the mighty titan it once was. Seriously, this card used to be so expensive and really good back in the day. But man, the game has become so fast that Dark Confidant usually doesn't do as good as it used to. I like what the card does, but I probably would have been more excited to see this card maybe I don't know, 5 years ago. Man, times have changed. Okay. One last ride. Vroom, vroom. Okay, Opera Love Song, because we need to refuel quick here. Okay, what do we get? Come on, removal. Come on, removal. That's what I need right now. I need removal. Opponent, you have 1 mana open. 1 untapped land. Anytime now. Okay. Oh, we did get a Burst Lightning. Nice. Okay. I guess we do it here. Do you have an answer, opponent? Do you pump it up? They don't. Okay. Well, that's good for us. Black Mage's Rod. With no hand to do anything with it. Okay, so we now need our pingers that draw cards to help get back into this fight. It's still technically anybody's game, because it's not really like it's going anywhere. And our opponent's not as super as efficient as I thought they were. I mean, they still have Gilford Throats, but it's okay. Alright, we got our mage. Offspring it. This is equip 3. That's a little expensive. If our opponent doesn't have anything else, we might be able to attach this to the mage and we can start doing double pings. Okay, offspring. So we still have threats. Last Ride can't do anything for a while, though. Ooh, they also have Opera Love Song. Okay. Cecil. I actually gotta check. Do I actually have Cecil set to go? Because we can make a really cool Knights deck with him. At some point. Okay. Last Ride opponents. Pay 2 life. Maybe? They do. Okay. They draw a card. Opponents? Nothing? Maybe? Okay. Anything else, opponents? Don't keep me waiting too long. Or maybe they went to go get a pack. Okay. Alright, so we have enough now where we can put the Black Mage's Rod onto one of our little otters here. If our opponent does have removal, we can get rid of Cecil here and now. Anytime now. Hello? Opponents? Hello? Okay, there we go. Cecil goes bye-bye. Triple the pings. Maybe? Opponents? You there? Hello? Okay. Pings off. Cecil down. Okay. They can turn on the last ride if they want to. But they would lose it as... I mean, wait, no, they can't turn it on. I forgot. They need actually a creature. I don't know why I thought about that. For some reason, I thought that their ability would turn on the card while they draw a card. I don't know why. I have no idea what I was thinking there. Okay, either way, we can start swinging. That does mean the last ride technically will get turned on once they have a creature. But if they don't have a creature, they can't turn it on. So we're going to have to kind of get a little bit more aggro here. Again, if we just can get a couple of card draw spells, we can ping off and hopefully just combo into enough to burn out our opponent here. But until then, Guess we'll have to play it this way. Ooh. Oh, I'm doing strong switch over here while I hit our opponent. Okay, they're down to 8. The last ride is now a 5-5, which is a little scary. Just a little bit. Quarry Steel Cutter. Okay. Deep Cavern Bats. No real value out of that because they can't take anything from us, so I guess that's fine. That does turn on now technically the last ride, if they want to. Okay, opponents. Dense Planets. Okay, note to myself for building Chandra deck. The Chandra's Hope Beacon is the best one to use, and focus on having spells that have any target. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty good game plan. It has been a while since we've done that. I know we've made 2 different Chandra decks across the formats, but I realized now that you bring that up, Dense Planet, I do need to try to see if maybe we can do in the future a Brawl deck that involves Planeswalkers. Like, maybe like a Chandra Brawl deck. I also want to do a Liliana one, but I don't have enough wild cards for that either. Ugh. Probably the easiest one and probably the most annoying one would be a Teferi Brawl deck. That's doable. We have enough cards for that, but it doesn't excite me as much. I'm glad you brought that up, though, because that is something to consider. Oh, jeez, come on, a deck. Don't do this to me again. All right, well, we can't let our opponent know that we're out of action. Opponent does have the last ride, and if they want to get a little... Okay, they are. Going to get a little cheeky. They pump up the last ride, but they also hurt themselves a little bit. Just a little bit. Come on, deck. I just need some burn spells. Some card draw burn spells. Jeez, now they're going to come back. Ugh. Maybe I have too many lands in the deck. But I mean, 24 lands on a 2.2 mana curve means 24 should be fine. Please don't tell me. Oh, they actually have more removal. Ugh. No! Why, deck? Why would you do this? Ugh. Jeez. Okay. Now they're making their comeback after we fizzle again. We have so much card draw on this deck. How are we somehow fizzling? I just don't get it. Oh, boy. Okay. Not sure what you need to click on, opponent, or what you do need to do. Come on. Don't got all day. I would like to, again, get to the next match. Down to 7. All right. If I have an answer, it needs to happen now. Anything. Removal. Oh, jeez. Okay, forget it. Ah, oh, come on. I'm just so angry here. Absolutely frustrating there. Okay, so for this, we need a Braids for sure. We can Duress. And then, Kuja and Black Waltz will go bye-bye. What else do we cut, though? Let's see. Maybe trim maybe one corner by Black Mages? We definitely need to cut down some Burst Lightnings for the small stuff. Or maybe the Opera Love Song can go. I don't know. Or, I don't know. Circle of Power might be a little too slow. Maybe cut one Circle of Power. Okay, let's try that. There's a funny new card called Chocobo's Comet, and it's an X spell that has target anything and also spawns a Chocobo too. That is cute, though. I do like the Chocobos, though. I know we played that on the last live stream, and man, that was a lot of fun. Chocobos definitely can go off if people are not prepared for it. I actually think they could actually make a decent bird deck in 60 cards, but that's something I would kind of have to play around with a little bit. Can be doable, though. I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun. Okay, let's do this. Game 2 of this match. Can we get there? Okay, well, definitely not with this hand. Mulligan. Okay, this should be fine. We can do this. We have a lot of lands, but let's see. I think... We will probably put back maybe the Lindblom. Oh, wait, no, mostly the Mygar. We'll probably throw that back. Opponent is thinking about their hand. So while they're doing that, okay, we'll keep this hand. Oh, come on, opponents. Don't do this to me. I actually do want to get a real legit match there, but I could tell they didn't want to do it that way. All right, they still wanted to get turn 1. Kind of annoying when opponents do that, though. They just immediately throw the match there, and then just that way they can take advantage of being the first turn. So that means we did not get the duress one. That's fine. That's fine. Maybe this will work against our opponent. Or maybe they really did have a ban hand. I don't know. I sometimes don't get how some players play. Like, it's weird because in Magic, for those that don't know, obviously going first gives you some more or less likely the best advantage. If you play Pokemon TCG, going second in Pokemon, opponent, where'd you go? Did they leave? I mean, that is a win for us. Oh, what does that play? Oh, well. Well, I guess we just get a free win out of that one. Okay. Well, now that that's kind of over with, let's just jump now to the upgraded version. So the question now we need to ask ourselves is, what if we take the time to upgrade our deck and add a lot more power to it? So Wizards now getting an upgrade here. Although realistically, if we want to make sure the deck stays the way it is, we can't really upgrade it too much, or at least the upgrades need to make sense. So in other words, to put this in a way that makes sense, so we're going to do a couple of incremental upgrades here. Nothing super crazy, but for example, we're going to throw away a couple of spells here to put in Artist Talent. So this gives us much more consistency with our card draw and just kind of filtering through our deck. So Artist Talent, this will help us out because anytime we cast as a non-creature, you can discard a card, and if you want to, draw a card. We can then also cheapen our non-creature spells to make them a lot more easier to cast. And then this actually goes with the burn plan. If we manage to get to level 3 at any point, if a source we control that deals non-combat damage to an opponent, we'll do that much damage plus 2 instead. A little expensive overall, but still pretty helpful for the deck. Otherwise, the main deck more or less kind of stays the same. We'll add in now an extra copy of Kuja here. We'll cut down on 1 copy of Black Waltz number 3. Reason being is I actually do not have... I mean, I have the wild cards to make the rest of the Kujas, but I want to save them for other rares that I do need to make for other future decks. Ideally, though, if I had enough, I would recommend just put in all Kujas. At least 3. And then most likely, you could probably put in a 3rd copy of Circle of Power, so you could just do it that way. However you feel is best. Actually, you know what? Maybe we don't need Black Waltz number 3 instead. I mean, it felt like it helps, but at the same time it doesn't. So, you know what? Let's try it this way. An entire set of Circle of Power, and we'll keep the Kuja. As far as upgrading your mana base here, because this is where we really want to go, Starting Town here, super expensive, but definitely much more awesome and better for the deck. You actually don't have to pay the life if you don't need that tapped mana for a specific color, but it is nice and flexible, so this is great for us. So think of this like an extra copy of Blackleaf Cliffs, perfect for our deck. Sulphurous Springs here, also a pain land. It's going to be, again, painful, but it does help us out, make sure we fix our stuff. And only 2 copies of Blazemire Verge, only just because we technically aren't really focused too much on getting swamps and mountains that much, and we don't have Shocklands, at least not yet. Once we get Shocklands added in from Edge of Eternities, if you were to look back at this deck, go all in on Blazemire's Verge, and you can add in Shocklands to kind of replace the swamps and mountains, so FYI. Keep the single copy of Lindbloom and Mygar here if you need those, so that's fine. Your sideboard upgrades. So this one, we're going to get rid of Soul Guide Lantern. If you want to keep it, that's perfectly fine too. We're going to try out Ghost Vacuum here to then exile specific cards from their graveyard. And no, I know it's rare in this possible deck, but with enough lands, you technically can trigger off Ghost Vacuum's secondary ability later on. But it's a nice option to have. As far as giving us a Wrath here, we'll then go with Slagstorm here. Burns away technically the whole board, including our stuff. But the flexibility of also using this as a very expensive burn spell sometimes is helpful, so that's actually something we can do. And I know we haven't yet to try it out, but keep Ob Nixilis here, just again if you need a big flying beater in the late game. So those are going to be the upgrades to the deck. Again, as always, the link for that will be in the details of this stream, wherever you're watching later on. So we will show off that, so you can just right-click it and then just add it into your list of decks in Arena. But otherwise... let's see now. Will these upgrades make a difference for the deck and make it better? Hopefully. Okay, so... okay, we got Starting Town. Nice. Okay. So that helps us out a bunch here. All right, in the meantime, let's play that Starting Town. We'll see what our opponent does. So this now gives us flexibility with Burst Lightning and Cut Down. Ooh, Dark Confidant. Okay. So in the meantime, let us Burst Lightning that away. Okay. No, opponent. No card draw for you. We can then play a Mountain, and we'll play our Black Mage's Rod. Taking a little damage there, but that's okay. Small price to pay just to make sure we can fix our mana. Okay, opponents. So they're playing Dimir. They're playing Dark Confidant. So is it Dimir mid-range? Is this Dimir Oculus? Huh. What are you trying to play, opponents? If they play... Okay, they play Bandit's Talent. Alright, that's fine. What do we get rid of, though? I think we'll get rid of the Cut Down. Tiny Bones. Okay. Opponent thinks they're safe with Tiny Bones, but we have Playful Shove, so that helps us out. Sorry, opponents. No Tiny Bones for you. Nice. All right, getting a free attack there, down to 17. Okay. And we do technically have more King card draw spells, so that does help us out a bit here. Zob. Ooh. Okay. Ruthless Negotiations. So they commit a crime. We exile a card, but that's okay. Not a big deal for us, because we can still get rid of Lazov here. Okay. Little by little. They lose Lazov. Deny. And we make another token, which is great. Down to 14. Okay. So far, we're in control of this. This feels a lot better than the last match we did. Okay. Level 2. Sulfurous Springs. Okay, so in that case then, Circle of Power. Okay, draw some cards. Give our wizard here a pump, so we're going to try to get cheeky with one swing. Ooh, they do block. Okay. Alright, they go to 10. Cecil is definitely a all-or-nothing kind of style card. You got to flip him, or you usually will lose a ton of life. Okay, they're level 3 now. That's a lot of mana spent. Ruthless Negotiations again. Okay, so in that case, then, we'll throw away the Black Eclipse. Not a big deal for us. Okay. Feeling pretty good about this one now. So, Black Mage's Rod. Ping, ping, ping. Drop selects. Okay, and then make another token. Ping, ping, ping. There we go. Can't do any more damage, but that's okay. I think we got him next turn. Unless of your opponent, unless you have a Wrath of some kind, I think we got this one in the bag. Okay. Cecil again? Sure. Go ahead, play that, opponent. I don't mind. Last card, opponent. What is it? 4 mana open. Into the Floodmaw. You know what? That's fine. That's fine. Okay, in that case then, Swamp. We will attach one rod here. Flick a coin. There we go. Burning them out. Wizard Burn with the victory there. Oh, that was good. That was a really clean victory right there for us, everybody. All right. Yeah. Did we have fun with that match? Yes, we did. I know that's usually not as that's usually the dream right there. That was actually really almost perfect for us. That's exactly how you want the deck to go. Okay, I want 3 wins in a row with the new Chandra list. Feels like a weird fusion of burn and control. I'm actually proud of making it. Okay. Well, I'm sure with your deck building skills, I'm sure you can find the way to make it definitely work. But oh man, that was a solid win for us. That one felt much better overall. So hopefully we can get a couple more wins with this deck. All right, here we go. Let's get this going. Pumping ourselves up here. Yeah. Okay, so looks like we have the all spot removal hand, but we'll see if maybe this is going to be the hand we want to keep. All depends on what our opponent plays. Or not. Nope. Opponent. Okay, well, in that case then, let's play a Swamp, because I don't know what our opponent's playing yet, and I don't want to give him too much information. Another Swamp, okay. Overlord, okay. So what are they milling? All right. Mono Black Reanimator? Maybe? I can't believe they actually brought Zombify back into the format. This is a card we do need to play with at some point. At some point. Okay, Blazemire Verge. We'll pass for now. I still don't know what our opponent is playing. If it's just straight up Reanimator, though, then that means we will have to start drawing cards pretty quick here. Unholy Annex. Okay. Mono Black Midrange. Okay, so in that case, Blade Cliff and pass. Okay, so looks like our opponent's just playing straight up Reanimation and Mono Black Midrange. Not the most exciting deck to face off against, but it is something. They're still trying to mill. They milled one Shieldred, bit of Triumph the Deep Cavern Bat. Okay. Most of what you've seen, of course, is in Standard, so that's not a big deal. Oh, okay. Cut down. This actually might be helpful. Okay, we'll do it this way. So we make our token. Ping, ping, okay. In that case then, starting town. Cecil goes bye-bye. Playful Shove. Ping again. Ping again. Draw another card. Okay. No attacks yet. Because we can't really do anything. If they play their single Shieldred, then that's actually perfect for us. Which I really hope they do right now. Or if they reanimate 1-2, that's actually good. Okay. Perfect. That's actually what we really wanted this time around. So they do get their life back, which is again annoying. But that's okay. We have an answer for this time. Okay, let us play Lindblum. Sorry, opponent. Say goodbye to Shieldred. So she got to go. Phew. Okay. So we're still in control of the match to a degree. Deep Cavern Bats. Okay. I mean, they can take whatever, but because we can get it back very easily with our deck. I mean, they can take away whatever they want. It doesn't matter. Okay. Opponents. What you gonna pick? My bet right now is either... Oh, okay, so they did take the card draw. I kind of figured they would. Not that that matters for us, because we still got plenty of targets right now for pinging, so that's actually what we wanted. Okay. Soulstone. Okay. Let us... Oh, Valenstep now following us. Oh, thanks again for the follow. Appreciate that. Hopefully, again, you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at, my fire friend. Oh. Never mind. It looks like it's another bot. It's on kick, so I can't really deal with it right now, everyone. Oh, jeez. Well, at some point, I'm sure we'll get some legit people on here. Okay. In the meantime, we need to ping out our opponent here. 6. Job select goes turning on. Ping, 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 some more. 5, 4, 3, 2. Ooh, just short. Short by 1 there. Okay. If we can somehow survive a turn, keep our pingers, maybe, just maybe, we might be able to actually close this game out. They don't have a demon. I mean, they technically can get a demon if they want to. All depends on what our opponent wants to do here. There were a couple of demons that were added in from the set that you kind of make it actually a stronger deck overall if you want to. Okay. Opponent spent a lot of mana. If they don't have removal, I think we might be able to still close this game out. They have lifelink on Quarzi here. That goes up to 5. They will draw a card. That puts them at 7. We just need to chain together at least 2 or maybe 2 spells. I think we might have enough. Opponent. It all comes down to this. Oh, don't tell me they have removal. Oh, they have a cut down. Okay. Well, that slows us down a bit more than I was expecting. Okay. Let's see. Can we do it with this? Let's try. Hold on. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I think we might actually get there with this. Let's try. Can we do it? 6, 5, 4. Draw a card. Oh. Oh, we definitely got it here. We got it. We got it. We got it. Yes. Just barely. Woo! Ooh, 1. And with that, we did it. Wow. I thought we were going to be dead there, but we got there. Victory for us, everybody. Wizard burn. All right. Came very close to losing that one right there, but we just barely scratched by. So that's exactly why I like the flick of coins. Draw enough, get a couple little extra treasures to hopefully give us a little extra ramp and push just to make enough to close out the game. We didn't have those, we actually would have lost for sure. So, nice. Feel good about that one. All right. Okay, and just an FYI, everyone, looking at the clock right now, we're about now 30 minutes out from ending the stream. Again, just want to give everybody a friendly reminder about that. As always, I do enjoy talking with all of you. I appreciate, of course, all the support that y'all give me. And I do apologize, as always, just because I know I would love to stream more. But again, just limited to what I have just based upon what goes on in my life. But I appreciate all of you here and there. But don't worry. We'll still try to see if we can get the good times rolling still. We have, right now, Blazemire Verge and a Swamp. Plenty of mages, a flick of coin, and some removal. So I think this should be okay. Start with the Swamp. Okay, let's see what our opponent's trying to play here. Even if they try to remove our mages, we have tons to work with here. Oh, okay. Interesting. We have... So we will ping ourselves for a moment here. We got the town. And we got our otters here ready to go. More planes. Laid on arms. Okay. Annoying, but that's not the worst. We can still play more of our otters. Okay, opponent, do you have more removal? They have lay down, so it's mono white. Lay down. Oh, come on. They had another one? Okay. Well, that's fine. Not ideal, but it's fine. We can still make it work. Okay, Mygar. So we'll do it this way. Offspring this time. There's no way they have more removal for that, for both of them. They just can't. I'll be shocked if they do. Okay, they scry. Whatever they have on top there. I don't know if it's going to do anything, but let's see. Okay, planes. Carrot cake. Okay, so is this the rabbit deck? Is it rabbit life gain? The rabbit token deck? Rabbit burn? Rabbit reanimator? I have no idea, but we'll see. Okay, so in the meantime, let us force our opponent to lose this little token here. Okay, opponents. We start the pinging process. Okay, 18. We can lose the token. Let's see, we can swing here. They can sacrifice the carrot cake if they want to. Oh, okay, looks like they won't. Okay, well, that's fine. I'm guessing they want to draw a card instead. Yep, Base Mine Tome, doing its thing. Okay, so if they make more rabbits, we can flick a coin to ping at them or just go straight to the face. Mygar here might be helpful for actually drawing a card. I don't want to lose an artifact for this, but that might be what we have to do here. Okay, Biza. Annoying, because it resets everything we just did. Ah. Okay, it's fine. It's fine, everybody. So, let's see. Let us flick a coin. I mean, our deck doesn't usually care about beatdown. We're just trying to just ping out things as quick as possible. So maybe this might do it here. 19, 18, 17, 16. Draw a card. Okay. Oh, Artist Talent. That's actually not bad. But still also triggers off our stuff here. Okay. Opponents. 15. 14. 13. And then, let's see. We need Sulfur Springs. Okay. Well, at least now we have a card draw engine. So hopefully this should work. And we also have a treasure, so we can sacrifice this to Mygar here just to kind of keep our engine piece going. White Aurate Site. I haven't seen this yet. Okay. So it's an art. So it's a really expensive mana rock that also exiles. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Corner by black mages. Okay, so here's how we do this here. Let us make our non-creature spells cheaper. opponent. I mean, they have technically mana open. Do they have an answer? Please don't tell me that. They actually have an answer. Get lost. Okay. Okay, so we wasted mana there, unfortunately, but that's okay. We still have ways of getting around things here. So here's how we do this. We will sacrifice to ping our opponent down to 12, down to 11. We'll sacrifice one of the map tokens. So I guess I should appreciate that our opponent gave us something to work with there. Put down the Mygar, and we'll pass here. No attacks yet. They're still down to 11. They do have some life gain, which again slows us down a ton, but we also still have other pingers too. Caretaker's talent, okay. So now they have their engine piece. Okay. They make a fish copy and draw a card. Okay. We can still get around this. I know we can. They put down Ishgard, the Holy Sea. Okay, no. Down to 16. Okay. So, this has got to be our turn here. We have to find a way to go off, and we got to go off quick. As much as possible. Okay, so. Let's see here. First off, cornered by black mages. Okay, ping, ping, ping. Down to 10. I really wish cornered by black mages would actually hit the highest cost creature. That actually would be nice for us, but maybe that might have been too broken. Okay, let's see here. We will flick a coin. More pinging. They will obviously gain some life back, so exile. Back down to 13. 11, 10, 9. Draw a card. Alright, and then we will go max value with our otter here. No attacks, of course. Okay, so we have literally a giant plethora of actual cards here. We need, again, the same issue we're running into. We just keep fizzling on our actual things here. We need just literally just card draw and burn spells. That's all we need. We get that. We should be able to then just ping at our opponent very quickly here. Whew, okay. A little frustrating, but that's okay. We can still get there. We can still get there. Okay, Kuja. So let's see how we do this here. Put that on one of our mages here. If it's a land. Okay, so okay, Black Mage's Rod. That kind of works. Okay, play Kuja here. He will flip easily, so that's actually nice. So as long as he can stay on the field, then definitely we can win here with this. We got to keep the Black Leaf Cliffs in hand just to see if our opponent has anything else. Unless they have more removal. That's what it... So oh, come on. Opponents. Okay. Still sending us back a turn or two. And that does buy them time with Maze Mize's Tome. Okay. Okay. They make another bunny. That does mean that they gain life again. Caretaker's Talent also does its thing. Okay. They draw a card. Gain some life. Okay. So, Black Mage's Rod can still get there. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can pull it off. Carrot Cake again. I would love to see if our opponent can tap out, or if they run out of cards. It's one or the other right now. But they're so frustrating to deal with right now. 2 cards in hand. What else do you have, opponents? Anything. You swing. I'll let it go again. We need to make sure we have enough pingers to just close out this game against our opponent quick. Okay. Kuja again. Okay. So in that case, opponent, do you have any other answers? Still a lot of mana open. Still 2 cards in hand. I swear, if it's going to be more removal, I'm going to vomit. Okay. Anything. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, actually, no. That flips. That's 6 damage. Okay, they draw a card. That's when a little change crafted a full set of Slagstorm. Okay. Hopefully that works out for you there. Black Mage's Rod. Big thing here. We need to keep the pressure on them as much as possible. They gain life still. Make another token. They keep drawing cards. Caretaker's Talent, everybody. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. Okay. We pass. Kuja flips. So if we are in lethal range. We just literally need any burn spell, any non-creature spell to close this game out. Literally anything. I swear if we get a land again, I'm going to be sad. Come on, deck. After this one, I think we might actually probably just try to finish off with some best of 3s, if we can. Okay, opponent has more removal. So there goes Kuja again. Jeez. Didn't think anybody would actually play this. It's a very expensive... But I guess it's also not just removal, but it's also a mana rock, so I guess that's kind of cool. Okay. Or at least any card draw that we can that also pings. That would be great, too. Something. Okay, opponent swings again. Still no blocks. After this one, we're going to have to start chump blocking a lot. Aw, deck, don't do this to me again. Okay. Okay. Oh. Oh my goodness. Still flooding on lands here. We just need any card draw. Any burn spells that would help us close out this game. Just something. Oh, it's been... I don't know. I'm sorry. It just feels like it's so frustrating to have to deal with this. When you're just like... You're just staring at your deck and it's not doing jack diddly. You want your deck to go off. And you know your deck can. Or just keep fizzling. We literally have all the lands in the world now to just chain off a ton of stuff. And... Oh. That would have been nice. Alright, well, let's see. Well, I don't know if we can get around this now. Because corner by Black Mages is also sorcery speed. Okay. Once they turn on that incubator token, that's it. It's over. Dang. Once again, our deck continues to betray us. Absolutely frustrating. Just come on! Like, literally, we could have won 2 matches there if it was just drawing something. Something. Anything. I always just feel like I'm just a turn short there. Well, okay. We will jump to best of 3 for the remainder here, and we will hope that maybe we can get one more win. Just one more win. That's all I ask for. Not asking for much. Just another win. Okay. Let's give this a try again. With that, breathing in and out here. Win your opponents. Okay, so opponent will go first. Let's see, with that, lots of card draw here. This is a very slow hand. We'll keep still because I don't know what we might get, and I have no idea what our opponent's playing, so we're just going to have to play it out for a bit. Fire Bluff Canal. Okay, so we did get at least one piece of early game removal, so maybe that might be helpful. Opt. Okay, so it looks like it might be... I'm going to guess this is the Is It Prowess deck. If they're having a turn 1 opt, that most likely means they have it. Showcase your talent. Okay. Okay, starting town. Let's cut that down before it gets out of control. So our opponent has the counterspell. Do they? Ooh, they have Monster's Rage. Okay. Alright, so that does stop us a bit there. Black Leaf Cliffs. Can we get around that Otter? Who would have thought these little Otter tokens would be so frustrating to deal with here? Okay. Got 18. Black Leaf Cliffs again. Okay. Does this stick? Cornered by Black Mages. Cool. Okay. So we have at least one token out. We'll see if that's enough. Hopefully we can start building up our tokens here in the next couple turns. Opponents. Ooh, okay, so they already bounce that back, huh? Is it the opt? Okay, I figured. So, in the meantime, springs. I guess we'll put down Kuja now. No attack still. We get another wizard. Monastery Swift Spear. Opt. Okay. Are they going to try to go for a big swing here and now? 3 cards in hand, 3 mana open. Ooh, Swift Spear number 2. Okay. Well, no Corey Steel Cutters, so I guess that's fine. They're trying to go for a big swing here. And they do. No blocks. Because I don't know what that last card is, and I don't want to risk losing Kuja here when we need him the most. Opponents? Monsters Ray. Okay, so they did go all out here. Wow. Super aggro. Okay, down to 8. So we do have a cut down, which is great. Let's do it this way. Circle of Power. There we go. 15. Draw 2 cards. 6. Okay, and then we will... ping, ping, ping. We also get all that life gain, so that's nice for us. Down to 6. Take that, opponent. Yeah, much better. Back up to 15. And we also flip into Trance Kuja. Okay, now we're back in this fight. You thought you had us, opponent. Well, you were wrong. Okay, opponents. Well, you've got... You burned through all of your stuff. No Corey Steel Cutters, and there you go. Fizzled out on game 1 there. I'll take it. Okay. So, our opponent is playing, of course, the usual annoyingness, but that means we can still bring in duresses here, so that's good for us. We'll have to keep it low to the ground, though, so that means we will probably... Dang, I want to keep the Kujas, but I don't know if that's actually going to be helpful for us here. I mean, he did kind of help us out there for one game, but I want to keep us low to the ground so we can actually take out stuff. So, Kuja might have to get cut here. Slagstorm probably going to come in. Let's see here. Maybe cut 1 Circle of Power. Well, let's see. Maybe the mages might not help us out here too much. Or maybe the artist talents actually might have to go. Trim 1 mage. Trim 1 Circle of Power. Okay. Average mana curve about 2.1. We actually probably could get rid of... Cut 1 Verge. I don't know, put in power. Should be fine. Okay. Okay. Now somebody might look at me and be like, do not cut lands, but we're going to do it. Only just because I feel like I've been flooding out way too much in the last couple games. But okay. Let's get this going here. Can we do this? Okay, so we got the Duress, which is nice. And we also got the Burst Lightning. Ooh, opponent did not play anything on that first turn. Okay, well... That gives us the advantage here. Let's get a little peeky peek, opponents. Show me what you got. What you got? Ooh, Corey Steel Cutters, too. What do we want to get rid of, though? Throwing away the Corey Steel Cutter would be huge. Okay, so I guess we throw away that. We can deal with the unable to scream and sleight of hands if we absolutely have to. Okay. Corey Steel Cutter does come down. Starting here. I realize that we probably should have brought in the Abrades. Okay. Well, we'll deal with that when we deal with that. Okay. Island. Monastery Swift Spear. Sleight of hand. Swift Spear down. We'll have to deal with the Steel Cutters little by little. Okay, opponent. Digging for another answer. If we could just kind of keep them off balance a little bit here, we might be able to pull this off, but we are still flooded here quite a bit on lands. Ugh. Oh, jeez, it's happening again. Starting town. Okay. Come on, deck. Please don't do this to me again. Stock up. Okay, they're digging deep. Getting the Quarry Steel Cutters does make a huge difference against us. They fizzled because they didn't have them earlier, but now looks like they have them. Okay, come on. Show me what we got, opponent. Storm Chaser's talent. Ugh. Not good. Okay. We can't get rid of, unfortunately, all of them, but we can try. Okay. Draw one card there. Circle of Power. Okay. Okay, we need our removal. Our Wrath here would be great. Cut down's not horrible. So, let's see. Circle of Power. Draw 2 cards. Okay, in the meantime, then, Burst Lightning. Take out 1 creature. Gain some life back. Take out that. Alright. So, Quarry Steel Cutters are offline for now. But man, we got so many lands still. We cut 1 land and we're still flooding. Absolutely ridiculous. Okay. Here come all of the monks. I swear, the card is going to get banned. Let's be honest here. 10 days from now, Quarry Steel Cutter is not going to be in standard anymore. I'm pretty sure it's going to be gone. It's an extremely powerful card, but it's just such a frustrating thing to deal with here. I know some people are like, well, you should just play more removal. But literally in the turn you're playing removal, you're spending a turn to do that when they're already so far ahead. So it really does feel a little to deal with. Okay. So there you go. And they took us down there. Very quickly, by the way. Okay. Going on to game 3. So let's see. So for some reason, I don't know why I didn't bring in the Withering Torrent. So, okay. So we're going to have to go full-on control here. We might have to lose our Circle of Powers. Oh, actually, no. The mages go bye-bye there. So we need cut downs, burst lightnings, duress is there, black mage shove, coin. Okay. So in that case, Withering Torments are in. Abrade is in. And then bring back in that Verge, because we're probably going to need that. I know the curve now looks very weird, but it is what it is. Let's see here. Okay. Do not look at this curve. It's literally just across the board everything. I don't know how it's going to work, but we're going to try. So we pretty much throw in all of our removal as much as possible here to hopefully deal with our opponent. And, oh, jeez. Okay, deck. I get it. You just don't want to cooperate with me, but at least we have enough lands where we can cast everything. Okay. Still not feeling too good about this one, but we're going to try. At least we do have some removal for the early games. We just can keep things going here. Okay, Burst Lightning takes out the first Monastery Sphere. Just got to keep the board clean. Okay, so we did get, I mean, nothing good for now, but I mean, Slag Storm might be helpful later on if we start seeing our opponent go wide. Okay, Pump Spell. Sliding Hand, okay. They go down to 19. We will take a hit here, but that's okay. Down to 18. Corner by Black Mage is number 2. Okay. Okay, so the board is still in control. We just got to keep blowing up everything as much as possible. Slingshot Show Off. Okay. That actually is good for us. As long as they're playing singular threats, we can still deal with them. But we have to move quick on keeping things down. Corner of Black Mage is number 2. Ping. Okay. Slingshot Show Off gone. We'll make another creature. We're going to attack just to flex. Take that, opponent. No damage. Just sending a message to you, by the way. But we are running out of cards. We do need that card draw. Opponent is stocking up. Same. Couldn't draw Sweeper. Oh, I hate when that happens, though. When you need your Sweeper when you need it the most. Duress. Oh, that actually might be good for us here. Okay. Verge. Let's get a peeky peek at our opponent here. What are you holding on to, opponent? What you got in hand? Hopefully it's something critical we can get rid of here and now. Okay, what do you got? Okay, wow. It's a ton of stuff here. Okay, so in that case, Stock Up's going to go. And then, I want to use that Slag Storm That could do 5 damage for 3 mana. They don't have a counter spell, but I need to wait until... see if anything else happens. Got it into the Flood Maw, too. Okay, so we also got a cut down. Starting town. Still can't do anything yet. So this would be 5 mana. 6, 7. Still not enough. Oh, okay. Quarry Steel Cutter coming down. Alright. Burst Lightning to our face. Oh. Oh, I messed that up so bad. Oh, jeez. Okay. If they play another spell, though... Okay, so... yeah, I messed that up. I realized when the token was made I should have done the cut down immediately on the spot. Okay, we'll just take the damage and maybe they'll play something else. Okay, Playful Shove. It's not bad. This does help us trigger off things. Okay, opponents. 15, 14, 13, draw a card. Okay. Artist Talent's not bad. That does keep the chain going. 12. 11. Okay, so in that case then, should be fine here. Do they play the Into the Flood? Okay, they don't. Okay. Down to 11. It's 11 and 11 right now. Swift Spear. Okay, this is going to be a critical turn here. Okay, they pump. And pump. Okay, so I guess we're going to have to do this now. Not ideal. We don't have a choice here. We need to get those triggers to go off. As much as possible. Obviously, they're going to play the Monstrous Rage, so it doesn't really matter, but we're going to try. Okay. Down to 10. Down to 9. Can't discard the Slagstorm because we need that. Okay, so we lose our wizard there. Okay, so that's what? That's 12? Oh, that's lethal. Dang. Even if I block here, it's not enough. Because they have another Monster's Rage anyway, so it doesn't really matter what I block. Yeah, that's game. Quarry Steel Cutter continues to be a menace in Standard, everyone. I swear, it is going to get banned. It's going to get banned. But that's unfortunately it for today, everybody. Well, we couldn't go out on a win. Went out on a whimper. But it is what it is. Okay, so that's not to say this deck is bad, and we'll evaluate that here and now. So overall, everyone, that was pretty much going to be it for today in terms of our deck itself. What do you think about it? Do you like this deck? Would you play Wizard Burn in any way, shape, or form? Truth be told, I do like what the deck is trying to do. Although the issue is, I think this deck can shine better once things change in Standard. And I'm going to be very clear. You've seen it today. Quarry Steel Cutter continues to be a menace no matter what we do. No matter how much we try to remove it, no matter what we try to play against it, it is a frustrating card. If you do not have any answer for it right when it comes down, you will most likely lose. And we actually even proved that when we actually played the deck ourselves on a budget about a month and some ago on, we actually did a stream on that one. So we were able to prove, like, yeah, it's just an incredibly powerful card no matter what. I think this deck would be better off. I would probably give this deck another shot maybe in a month or so after things have settled from the bannings. If things do get banned, I think this deck will do a lot better and will shine a lot stronger once we get to that point. But we're going to have to wait and see on that a little bit later on. I like the deck, and I know I'm being a little bit biased, but I want to think that this deck, again, will be successful at that point, or maybe I might try to modify this a little bit to make it Pioneer legal. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below, and I would love to hear from you about what your thoughts are. I still think, though, the budget version we had today is pretty solid. It does things. It manages to get the wins. But again, it's just being outclassed right now by a lot of other things that we just cannot control in the format. So once those changes come, I'm pretty sure it'll do a lot better. As far as the upgraded version, again, same thing. If you are willing to spend the extra wild cards, definitely do so. You get a much stronger mana base. It was a lot easier for us to cast things. Still a 2.3 mana curve on 24 lands is fine. Although we kept flooding a lot, but maybe that was just my bad luck for today. But it's okay, it happens. We managed to chain together a couple of victories with Playful Shove, Flick of Coins to then make the treasures. Everything else here seems like it should be okay, in theory, if we only just got better matches. But I think this deck just, needs time for things to shift around to make it a little bit more viable. But otherwise, that's pretty much it for the deck today, everybody, on what we saw. As far as this, I know it's a little close. I know we're cutting it a little bit sooner than normal here, but I got to take care of some stuff now. But don't worry. Again, we will be doing this again very soon, later on in the midweek coming up. Otherwise, those of you who stuck around this late into the stream itself, thanks again for joining us as always, my true fiery friends. For that, you kind of get a little idea as to what's to come down the line. So, Tifa right here. Trample is coming soon. We just need to finish wrapping up a couple more things on it. I'm a little behind schedule, but it is coming. We will definitely get this deck out, if not Monday morning, definitely Tuesday morning at the latest. So this will be our latest deck tech coming out soon. As far as what's the next stream, I think I'm looking at maybe a Towns deck. So still need, I can't believe I say this. I need one more uncommon wild card, because literally, as you can see right here, we are literally bare bones. We have commons. We don't have any more commons. We're almost out of mythics today, and we're a little low on rares. So I'm trying to finagle my way to see like what decks can we build with our limited resources. But this one definitely has to be a 60 card deck. So I'm looking forward to this one. I do like the I do like the fun strategies, of course, of playing decks that are kind of like a gimmick like this, but in a fun way. It feels more fairer than something else that's gimmicky. But this is definitely going to be something we'll be playing with very soon on stream, so stick around for that one. That'll be an exciting one for us. Anything beyond that, again, we're still trying to figure out, what's our best options based on what the limitations of what I can afford, but they are coming. I do have ideas for, again, Life Gain Mill. I do have a Kefka deck that probably actually might make that one maybe the next Saturday's live stream. I can probably have enough cards to pull that one off, but otherwise that's pretty much it for today, everybody. I mean, I have an equipment deck that I'm still kind of playing around with here, but I don't know if it's ready yet. This might go in the maybe pile. But otherwise, that's going to be it for today, everybody. Thanks so much again for watching. I appreciate all of you out there. So shout-outs again to Den Splendid and Sneaky Toilet for being out there for me for today, everybody. And those of you that may not have said anything on the streams, that's totally fine. I still appreciate your views across all of the socials that I'm currently live on right now. X, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch, of course. Appreciate every single one of you, and hopefully we'll get a chance to do this again very soon. Today's deck may not have been the best, but I'm sure we'll get more fun matches with our other future decks down the line. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody, and I look forward to us doing this again very soon. We're again going to be shooting for Wednesday afternoon, just like always. So that'll be again the Towns deck. I'll refine this, and I swear I will get that one. I'll get that one uncommon wild card we need just to wrap up the deck. So that's it for today, everybody. One more time, have a wonderful weekend. And again, we'll get a chance to do this again very, very soon. But as always, I like to give you a proper send-off. So as always, I want to remind you, just remember that no matter what you do play in the game of life, always be sure to burn bright. We will see you again on Wednesday, everybody. Later.